This is Recruitment Agency Ignition with Andy Whitehead. Helping you build your recruitment employment business fast. Using digital and automation and one-to-many systems, tools, and inbound strategies.
So let's do this, Laura. What do you think would be the most valuable thing for us to discuss? If we focused on, say, 3 strategies from your progress, or three tactics, or 3 even quote things, if we get technical, that would be of value to the group. So you mentioned webinars, you mentioned conferences, etc., etc. What do you think would be the 3 key things that would be of value?
Well, I think I'm trying to develop a webinar series, a new one, for these residents, and I'm having a terrible time getting speakers. And
okay, so what we'll do is what we'll do is this, Laura. Okay, what you need, I'm going to help you with in a minute. First off, though, what I want to do is look back. So if we look back, so imagine that you're talking to Laura from 2 years ago, and said, Laura, listen, if you do these 3 things, you're going to double your business in year 1. You're going to double it again in the first 2 months of 2018, et cetera, et cetera. If you do these 3 things, so you're looking back and talking to your younger, more grumpy self. So what 3 things would they be if you look back now? If you're talking to yourself 3 years ago, just do these 3 things, Laura.
Okay, webinars, nurturing campaign,
yeah,
and I think the other thing was having getting the VAs on board, and they were developing databases for me.
Let's do this then. If we focus on those 3, Laura, do you think that would give us the context we need for Ferrari to sort of disseminate how you've doubled the business, et cetera, et cetera? They came from those 3 components.
Sure. I would say the most effective was the nurturing campaign, and then the webinars. So I would say webinar, again, it's more indirect. For example, I would have professors get in touch with me and say, I would like to show the webinar to my entire class.
Yep.
And so that's huge, because there are all these veterinarians watching, listening to this webinar. And so the residents would get to know me. And then when I went to set up meetings last year at the conference, they're like, oh yeah, I remember, we listened to your webinar in class one day. So I would have to say that was probably most effective. And then the nurturing campaign last year that we did really kind of catapulted me. And then I think the database building. So I'd say webinars 30 to 40, nurturing 30 to 40, database building 20.
Love it. For those you on the call now, I'd say roughly 95% of you, when you applied to join the inner circle, you probably listened to 1 to 50 podcasts, videos, webinars, whatever. Some of you were following us for 3 years. A couple of you were literally, bam, where do I sign up? And it's like, well, we'll slow the process down. But so even if you're in a micro niche, very, very competitive, or if you're in a larger niche, which is more sales transaction based, the quality of person, quality of candidate, quality of client will improve with that nurturing. Even if you get the sale immediately, if you straight from a double R campaign.
Discover how to build your recruitment employment agency using one-to-many automation and inbound strategies before anyone else in your market specialization. Check out recruitmentmarketinginternational.com.